Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto News, the Crypto News channel. Today we are going to talk about inflation in the US, Nexo, the DGC. We are also going to talk about Instagram and Nft'S. We're also going to talk about a new scam with Metamask and more news about crypto. So watch the video until the end. If you are new to the channel, every day I share the best news on crypto. Consider liking and subscribing. Let's start with the latest report on inflation in the US and how it's affecting the price of Bitcoin. According to the report, the Consumer Price Index, CPI, dipped slightly in December, coming in at 6.5%, which is in line with economist predictions. This is also the sixth consecutive month of slowing inflation in the US, but it's still well above the Federal Reserve's target of 2%. As a result, we've seen Bitcoin dip about $150 after the news. Traders had been bidding the crypto higher in the days leading up to this report in hopes that inflation would decline even more. But even with this dip, Bitcoin has still had a strong start to the year, rising from about $16,500 to a one-month high of $18,250 earlier this week. It's important to note that while some of these gains may be due to investor bottom fishing, there's also optimism that the Fed's monetary tightening cycle could come to an end in early to mid-2023. So while the inflation report may have caused a short-term dip in the price of Bitcoin, it's important to keep an eye on the bigger picture and the potential for future gains. Now let's talk about Nexo. According to a tweet from Connor, a director from Coinbase, so a competitor of an exchange platform, Nexo, a well-known crypto lending platform, was raided earlier this morning and is currently facing heavy withdrawals. According to on-chain wallets on EVM chains, their assets are down to $70 million in stables and $15 million in ETH/Seth. Additionally, their website lists $2.4 billion in customer liabilities. Some reports suggest that Nexo has around $450 million in assets, but $337 million of that is in their native token, Nexo. However, it's important to note that Nexo has said in the past that having lots of idle assets and cold wallets implies business weakness, as it suggests the company is unable to generate returns on client funds. It's possible that billions are stored off-chain or in protocols or exchanges not captured in these reports. Nexo has also assured users in the past that an auditor ensures that funds are backed 1:1 and tracked in real time. However, the auditor, Armanino, stopped supporting crypto clients a few weeks ago, so it's unclear if their attestations on Nexo's website are still valid. This is a developing story, and we will keep you updated as more information becomes available. In the meantime, it's important to exercise caution and do your own research before making any decisions regarding your investments. Next, we have a new scam with Metamask. Metamask, a cryptocurrency wallet provider, is warning its customers about a new scam called address poisoning. This scam involves tricking users into sending payments to a scammer instead of the intended receiver. The scammer checks the blockchain for new transactions and then employs a vanity address generator to generate an address that is very similar, if not identical, to the one involved in the recent transaction. This new address is then used to contaminate the wallet's transaction history with multiple entries that appear to be between the same addresses but are actually different ones. When a user needs to send Bitcoin to someone they previously sent to, the attacker hopes that they would identify the most recent transaction, which in this case is from the attacker, and instead send the cryptocurrency to the scammer's address. To avoid falling victim to this scam, Metamask advises users to double-check the addresses before making any transactions and to be cautious of any addresses that are similar to past transactions. Now, let's talk about Nft'S. An official Game of Thrones NFT collection has sold out in just 7 hours on NFT marketplace Nft'S, despite receiving criticism on social media for its art quality, specifically the claw-like hands on some of the avatars. Each NFT box in the collection contains an avatar, resource cards, and story cards, with a floor price of 0.07 ETH, $93, a drop from the original minting price of $150. However, buyers have reported difficulties in receiving their NFTs and have been advised to check the NFT's metadata to ensure it is still unopened. Nft'S has stated that any processed payments that did not result in Nft'S appearing in a wallet will be reversed or refunded. Another series of Game of Thrones Nft'S will also be launching on OpenSea. Now let's talk about Instagram. Did you know that one of the biggest social media platforms, Instagram, is getting in on the action? Instagram has been expanding its digital collectibles feature, allowing select digital artists to mint and sell Nft'S directly on the platform. And the results have been amazing. Collections are selling out in seconds, and well-known NFT artists such as Drifter Shoots, Refik Anadol, Amber Vittoria, Dave Krugman, and Micah Johnson are launching projects on Instagram and seeing huge success. This is such an exciting development for the world of NFTs and blockchain technology, as it helps to bridge the gap between traditional Web 2 platforms and the new world of Web 3. And it's not just for the tech-savvy, as users can pay for NFTs in fiat currency, eliminating the need for a difficult on-ramp for newcomers. We're thrilled to see how Instagram is helping to bring NFTs to the mainstream, and we can't wait to see what other projects and developments come out of this exciting new world. Let's talk about a news from FTX. In a recent development, a Delaware bankruptcy judge ruled that the names of FTX's creditors can remain sealed for now. The cryptocurrency exchange had argued that releasing the names of potentially 9 million users could jeopardize their privacy. Judge John Dorsey, who was overseeing the liquidation of Sam Bankman-Fried's empire, rejected a request from media organizations and the U.S. government to keep the legal process transparent. However, he indicated that he may change his mind at a future hearing. Privacy was deemed paramount despite claims that the release of a list of client names would be the norm during the bankruptcy. The decision could also have implications for customers of other bankrupt cryptocurrency companies, such as BlockFi, whose case will be heard in a New Jersey court next week. So we'll have to wait and watch for now. Let's talk about DCG. The digital currency group, DCG, the conglomerate that owns crypto broker Genesis, is exploring the option of selling assets in its large venture portfolio to raise money. This is due to Genesis owing creditors more than $3 billion, which has prompted DCG to seek fresh cash. DCG is said to be considering offloading parts of its venture capital holdings, which include 200 crypto-related projects such as exchanges, banks, and custodians in at least 35 countries, and is worth about $500 million. This news highlights the magnitude of the fundraising task for DCG, whose search for outside funding has failed to draw interest as the group struggles in the wake of the collapse of crypto exchange FTX. It will be interesting to see how this situation develops and how successful DCG is in raising the necessary funds. Let's talk about Amazon with the Web3. Ava Labs, the developer behind Avalanche, a blockchain optimized to support NFTs, Web3 games, and a unique technology called subnets, will now be offering crypto infrastructure through Amazon Web Services, AWS, to facilitate enterprise, institutional, and government adoption of blockchain, according to a company statement. As a part of the deal, Ava Labs will offer subnet deployment as a service through the AWS marketplace, meaning any company or organization could enlist Ava Labs to launch a custom subnet for them on the AWS platform. Howard Wright, VP and Global Head of Startups at AWS, said that the new capabilities brought by Avalanche enable the company to bring the most cutting-edge technologies to builders, no matter if they sit in a multi-million-dollar enterprise, a government office, or a dorm. Ava Labs is also joining AWS Activate and the AWS Partner Network, APN, further reinforcing the ties between Avalanche and AWS. Finally, let's talk about Bill Gates. In my opinion, Bill Gates' statement regarding Web3 and the metaverse not being revolutionary is short-sighted. While it is true that artificial intelligence is a rapidly advancing field with a lot of potential, the concept of Web3 and the metaverse is equally revolutionary. It represents a new way of thinking about the internet and how we interact with it, and has the potential to revolutionize industries such as finance, gaming, and art. Additionally, the idea of a decentralized and open metaverse is an important aspect of digital sovereignty and privacy. Overall, I believe that both AI and Web3/Metaverse have the potential to change the world in significant ways and should not be dismissed as one being more important than the other. As always, stay tuned to our channel for all the latest updates on crypto news. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watch.